Hey, fourth grade, how's it going? Hope you are doing well. I hope if you guys weren't able to make it to school yesterday to pick up your new packets, you are able to go today. The school is putting out the packets from 8:30 in the morning to 2 p.m. So please get there to get your learning packets for week 4 and week 5. We will start posting the videos for new learning on April 20th. So get there. They're going to be all about rocks and minerals so we can pick up on the learning we started at school before this craziness started. So make sure you get there, all right? So let's get on with today's lesson. We are going to be doing day 4, which is going to be involving choosing our project product. We are going to be identifying the evidence we'll need to complete our project. We're going to be planning our project. So today we're going to need our project planning sheet, which looks like this with our choices, this note catcher sheet, which looks like this, and of course, our text. I'm gonna get you guys, I'm gonna give you some time to get those materials out. Why don't you take 10 seconds to do that? Go ahead. All right, so let's go ahead and on our note catcher sheet, we are going, so your note catcher sheet should look like this. It has this area at the top of what product you're gonna choose. You're gonna write it here. I'm gonna read your 3 options to you. It's on the front with those pictures. Your first option is gonna be to write a research report about what women contributed to the fight for independence during the American Revolution. So this would be like an informational essay where you are explaining all about everything the women did to contribute to America's independence. So everything that you learned this week. The next option is creating a museum display showing how women contributed to the fight for independence during the American Revolution. So thinking, what does a museum look like? You're creating that on a piece of paper. And the third is write or make a video of a news report about the different ways women contributed to the fight for independence during the American Revolution. So that's the third choice, okay? So why don't you make your choice now? And you are gonna write your choice in this top row of your note catcher sheet. So please write your choice in that top row, right where my little arrow is pointing, okay? So after you make your choice, you're gonna think, what is your product asking you to do? If you chose to write a research report, it's obviously asking you to give information. It's asking you to give information in an essay form. If you chose to create a museum display, that's also asking you to give information through pictures and text boxes. And if you are making a video of a news report, it's asking you to give information in a video form, okay? Which evidence from the text will you use? You're gonna use all the text evidence of all the ways women contributed to the fight for independence during the Revolution. I'm thinking back to the question of what did women do for the cause for freedom? The question we asked and annotated our text all the way through as we read. They did things like join the army, wrote in the newspaper, raised funds for soldiers, and wrote poetry. I could go back to my text and find out all those different pieces of evidence and really expand them in whatever project option I chose, okay? Now I'm gonna go through and show you guys how to plan for each one of these. The DCPS packet gave you these different versions of paragraph planning that look kind of funny and different than what we use in school. So I'm going to show you how I would plan for each one of these options, okay? So if you guys chose the research report, this is how I would plan. I'd plan a 2-paragraph essay. The first paragraph maybe being about the topic of joining the army, how women joined the army, in order to contribute to America's independence. And then the second one, how women wrote in newspapers and how that contributed to independence, and pulling all the details from the text into those 2 paragraphs. That's how I would plan my research report. Okay. Also, research reports can have pictures in them. So you could also, when you write your final, put little pictures in the sides. If we were planning a museum display, this is how I would plan mine. I would have the title, because museum displays always have a title of the museum display or name of the exhibit, the name of the exhibit so people know what exhibit they're going to. So I named my exhibit Women of the Revolution, and it kind of has 2 different sections, joining the army and writing for freedom. So joining for army has the text here, picture here, text here, picture here, and this is all information about joining the army. And then this one has a long picture, writing for freedom, and then it has the text here, and then another picture here, and a text here. So that's how I planned my museum display. And remember, museum displays, I had to think through all my different pictures and my text, because museum displays have those little plaques that let people know what the images or what the displays are of. Remember, this text had so many good visual features that we could really use for our museum display. Our third option is a video or a news report, and this one I'm really thinking about when I watch the news, what are they doing? This could include details from the articles about our 2 topics that we've been talking about, writing in newspapers and joining the army. I also put our questions that we asked, because in news reports, they have these pieces of paper up by them. So I'm picturing you guys filming these news reports being like, hello, this is Anchor 7 News, and today we'll be talking about how women contributed to the fight for freedom. First, we're going to say everything women did to support the cause for freedom. First, they joined the army. And so you can really go through just all this information exactly how a news reporter would. Have fun with it. Put in the examples of the women's names. Think about how a news reporter would do it and how they'd make it interesting. You could even cut up your text to show pictures to the video. Have fun with it and be creative. But think through before of how to plan it. What I even might do is write it down on little sticky notes or little index cards of how to say it. Because if you see in the picture, news reporters sometimes will have little pieces of paper that they can look down on during the news report. Okay? So, day 5. Now, after you've had it all planned, we're now going to draft, then revise and publish. So if you are done with me for a while, go ahead and pause the video, come back another day. All right, let's get started on day 5. So for day 5, we are going to be drafting. So we're taking our plans, and if it was an outline, we're drafting it into a multi-paragraph essay. If it was this plan, we are putting it into paragraphs. We're adding images, we're adding colors. We're adding these bold headings as well. And if we're just planning our news report, we're actually gonna film it, and we're perhaps sending it to our teacher, because I'd love to see it if you did this news report. It'd be so fun and creative, okay? So you're actually gonna draft it now. After you're done drafting it, you're going to use this rubric that's in your packet to revise it. You're thinking, is it focused? Do I use descriptive details? Because remember, you always want to, when you're informing somebody, you want to assume your audience is non-experts. Did I give them super descriptive details from this article? Am I using concrete words and phrases? Do I use direct quotes from the text? Did I introduce my topic clearly, or did I just start running into the topic without making a really clear introduction? So go ahead and go through your revision checklist just like we do each week in class. I bet you really feel back at home now in the classroom that we got this checklist out. Just like last week, there's so much opportunity for enrichment for you guys on this topic. So if you chose to make a news report for your project, you can have a family member record it, like I said, and send it to me or Mr. Freeman. Again, if you didn't get a chance to interview a courageous woman last week, now's a great chance to do that. I wish unfortunately, both of my grandmas have passed away, but I wish I had gotten a chance to really record some of their words so I could play it back today. So if you guys are quarantined with a grandma, you guys could interview them. Or choose another project from this project menu and do that, maybe for some extra credit. Listed below are some tech enhanced options, and I'll link them in the description below. That's going to be all for our video today. Tomorrow, Mr. Freeman's going to post the week 3, day 1, day 2, day 3 lessons, and then he will also post the day 4 and day 5 the very next day. Like I said, we'll start with week 4 on the 20th. Make sure you guys get to Tubman and pick up your packets. All right, bye-bye. See you later. Miss you guys.